Hello, in this video I will show you how to create candle flame effect in Unity. In the end of this tutorial you will get a result like this. We can control intensity, flickering frequency and other parameters in our shader. So let's get started. I will create URP lead shader graph, open it to full screen mode and create some parameters. The first parameter is texture and the second will be intensity of the emission. Next I will use sample texture to denote to sample the texture, then I will plug one output to base color and my other output will be multiplied by intensity and go to emission. The main difference of the emission contrasted to base color is that it is not affected by any shadows or diffuse lighting. It also usually uses high dynamic range. If we go to the editor and create material and add some texture, then apply material to some object, like our candle, we can already control intensity and the brightness of the emission. However, it's really constant and we want to add some kind of wave functions there. Let's go back to the editor and apply sine wave to intensity. As an input, we will use time value. We will also multiply it by frequency. Then we will plug it into sine node, but in the output it will be from -1 to 1 and we will need to range it between 0 and 1. Then we multiply intensity by the result of this calculation. Now in the editor it is starting to flickering. However, it is flickering really periodically, it just doesn't look that realistic. To make intensity changes more complex, we will add multiple sine waves. To demonstrate intensity function, I created a small project in Desmos. We have different sine functions that are controlled by k's and a's. These parameters control frequency and amplitude respectively. In the final function we sum up all of the sine waves, then we add amplitudes to offset it from -1 to 0 and then divide it by sum of these three amplitudes multiplied by 2 because we want to range it between 0 and 1. So as you can see, when I change different parameters of these small sine waves, and that's why it becomes a little bit noisy. You can sum up more waves, but that will take more computational time. That's why for now I stick with 3. Let's create new properties for amplitude and frequencies in the shader graph. We will store them as floats. I will just duplicate the graph of the first sine wave 2 times and change parameters. Then I will do a simple addition. I will also calculate the sum of 3 amplitudes and add it to the result. The result of the addition will also be multiplied by 2 and used as a divider. The result will look already great, but you will need to create separate material for each of the candles. The problem is that all of the candles now will be synchronized. To fix this, we need to get some kind of object ID or some instance ID in the shader. We are not using instance renderer, so we cannot use instance ID, but we can extract position of the object from the matrix of transformation. We will use this position in vertex shader to calculate the hash value. I will add a custom interpolator and name it hash ID. Then I will add a node with object and use its position output as an input for the noise. I will set pretty big scale and then output it into hash ID. Now in my fragment shader I will pick hash ID because now it is available in your node list. I will multiply it by a big value and then just add it as an offset of time. Now different objects will get different patterns. Let's go in Unity and check it. You can see that it works great and works unique for each object, but unfortunately some of my objects are combined, so it's not that easy to separate them or do something with that, but it still creates really nice and unpredictable pattern. If you want to go even further, you can separate the flame from the candle and add some kind of rotation and scaling animation, like I did here. You can follow the link in the description and get this script. You can also download the shaders there. These files are available for free. But if you are interested, I will still show the inside of this script. Everything it does is just using time value in update function to rotate object and to change the scale of the object. This is done through transform component. And again, for scaling we use sine wave here to make it repetitive. With this small animation, objects look a lot better when you zoom in, but it doesn't really matter if you zoom out a little bit. All in all, the scene looks great. To make scene look that beautiful, you need to set up post-processing. I will quickly show what I have here. In my global volume object, the main sections are bloom and color adjustment. You can see that I have higher exposure and contrast, with high intensity on bloom. That fits really nice together. With this post-processing, our scene looks beautiful and stylized. If you like how our models look like, you can check out our website and we have a lot of packages available there. Some of them are even free. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like button and subscribe to our channel to see new tutorials. See you next time!